Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitanastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. So last year we started the study of the introduction to the Gita Bhashya, where Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, who is called Bhashyakara, Bhashya means a commentary, and the one who has written the commentary is called Bhashyakara. So in Vedanta, Adi Shankaracharya is generally referred to as Bhashyakara. First because he wrote Bhashya on the Brahma Sutra. Therefore, Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Sutrakara is Badarayana, who wrote the Brahma Sutras, and Shankara wrote the Bhashya. Then he wrote Bhashya Upanishads and Bhagavad Prasthanatrayi. So before starting the commentary, it is customary to present a justification of why the commentary should be written. Then that's what Bhashyakara does in this preface. The introductory Bhashya is of nature preface, where justification is given for writing this commentary. And you write commentary on a text or a scripture which also has certain qualifications called Anubandha Chatushtaya. You see that. And also that this Gita Shastra should be studied in the first place. And to prove that it is pramanam, it is a valid means of knowledge. So in this preface of the introduction, Bhashyakara proceeds like this. First of all, he establishes the pramanyam, the authenticity of Bhagavad Gita. That the teacher of Bhagavad Gita is none other than Lord Himself, and therefore this is authentic, coming from Ishvara. So incarnation or avatara, incarnation, in fact carries with him all the glories and all the powers of Ishvara. So even though Lord Krishna would appear to be a human being, but he possesses all the powers and the glories of Ishvara. So one of them is Sarvajñatvam, he is all-knowing, and therefore his words are free from ignorance. Ignorance is one of the basic defects of what we talk, what we write, because the human mind has these limitations, ignorance being one, and the capacity to learn is another one, making mistake is the third one, having doubts is the fourth one. So every human mind is going to be limited. If Lord Krishna is a human being, then his words also would be only characterized by those limitations. In which case, it becomes Paurushaya. Bhagavad Gita becomes the product of the human mind. In which case, we cannot look upon that as a pramana. It's called Smruti. Smruti becomes pramana only when it is compatible to Shruti. But here, Bhagavad Gita has a status of Shruti or Upanishad. Because the speaker of Bhagavad Gita and the one who has revealed Upanishad is the same Lord. That's what Shankaracharya first establishes. Then goes and established why this text should be studied, because it has Anubandha Chatushtaya, the four factors which are required for us to study any text. And third, even if Gita is pramanam, even if Gita is worth studying, why do you need to comment upon that? Everybody can study and learn. Not only that, but commentaries existed before Shankaracharya also. Why do you want to add one more? So that justification also should be given. These three things are basically done in this preface. And so, last year, we saw how Lord Krishna is the avatara. He is incarnation. That Lord Narayana or Vasudeva or Bhagavan, Ishvara, who created the world, himself sees the need to take incarnation. When it is found that the dharma, the righteousness, is overwhelmed, overpowered by adharma, unrighteousness. So when the forces of unrighteousness become powerful, then it destroys the very basic fabric of the society. And dharma, which is responsible for harmony, is completely disturbed, and there will be chaos in the society, there will be injustice and suffering. Therefore, the Lord considers it necessary. Normally he appoints his representatives, called the Prajapatis, to establish, to take care of the order. Bhashya says that there is a twofold dharma in the world. One is pravritti, characterized by duty and action. Other is nivritti, characterized by a contemplativeness, pursuit of knowledge. And for this pravritti dharma or karma, Lord created the Prajapatis, Marichi and others, who will follow dharma themselves and who will make sure that others also follow dharma. For nivritti or for the parampara of jnana or knowledge, he created Sanaka, Sananda and others who themselves are established in knowledge and who will then also propagate this knowledge. But then a time comes when these people are not able to maintain the order. Then Lord has to come himself to set things right. And that's how Lord was incarnated as Krishna through Devaki and Vasudeva. So that's where we are on the page 4. So all right, Ishvara himself incarnated. Still the question arises, Evampapi bhagavato narayana shariradimatve. But even the Lord himself, when he courts a body, when he becomes embodied, then he's like you and I. We are embodied and suffering from the limitations of the body. So if Ishvara is embodied like Lord Krishna, then would he also not be limited by the limitation of his body, mind, sense complex? And then he cannot be Ishvara anymore. So one who is limited, Ishvara must be necessarily Sarvagnya, omniscient, Sarvashaktiman, omnipotent, then alone it can be called Ishvara. And when Ishvara is incarnated, such as Lord Krishna, who has a body like anybody else, then just as everybody, all embodied beings are limited in knowledge and power, so also Krishna will be limited. Then he is not Ishvara. If he is not Ishvara, then his words cannot be authentic. So therefore we must prove now or show that even though Lord Krishna possesses a body like we do, and still he is not limited by the body. So that is the specialty of the incarnation. So let us read the last line of Bhashya, second paragraph of Bhashya on the page 4. That's where the highlight is done, I think, in some place. Anyway.
I did it for
Yeah. Right. Okay, fine. Now I made a note here.
I saw that.
Sacha Bhagavan Jnana Aishwarya Shakti Bala Virya Tejo Bhi Sada Sampannaha Triguణatmikam Vaishnavim Swam Maya Mula Prakritim Vashikritya. It goes that far. Such a Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, the creator of the universe and the propeller of the universe, creator, preserver, ordainer, who incarnated as Krishna through Vasudeva and Devaki, that Bhagavan is Jnana, Aishwarya, Shakti, Bala, Virya, Tejo Bhi. Ishvara is called Shad Aishwarya Sampanna. Ishvara is always endowed with the sixfold Aishwarya, sixfold powers or glories. Jnana, the knowledge, meaning Ishvara possesses all the knowledge. He is Sarvagnya. Aishwarya, he is sovereign. Ishvara means he is the ruler of the entire universe, not ruled by anybody and rules everybody. Shakti, he has a power. So, you are ruler, all right. You must have power to rule also. And therefore, he has the power to carry out his role as a sovereign. Bala, he also requires army and he also requires the accessories and infrastructure to carry out his work. That's called Bala. Bala can mean strength, or Bala also means army, and Bala also means all the help that you need to carry out your function. Virya, he possesses the valor, parakramatvam, meaning overpowering any kind of an obstacle that comes, that power also he must have. That is the Tejo Bhi, and he must be formidable, meaning that he cannot be overcome by anybody. He can overcome everything and he cannot be overcome by anything. So this is what Ishvara or God should have. God should necessarily have these qualities in totality. Everybody has all these six, we also, but in totality. So Sada Sampanna is always endowed with, within Vaikuntha, whether that Ishvara is in Samudra or whether he is on the earth as an incarnate, Sada Sampanna. Don't think that just because Ishvara is incarnated as a human being, that he loses all that sixfold glories, he is possessed of them. Even if he becomes a fish, Matsya, Kurma, becomes a tortoise, he doesn't use them. He uses only whatever powers are required for carrying out that particular function for which the incarnation is. But Sri Krishna is an avatar where all aspects were required. So we will find in Krishna avatar all six displayed at one point in time. Lord Rama displayed, but not totally, not as much as Krishna did. Alright, then, meaning that even though Lord Krishna appears to possess a human body, don't think that he is in any way limited by the body. So he is not to be compared with us, who suffer from limitation of the body. He sports a body, but not limited by the body. But still, how can Ishvara be born? See, once you are born, it is like plunging into the ocean of misery. Birth means you possess a body. So birth is painful, growth is painful, disease is painful, life is painful when you are born. So why should Bhagavan himself plunge into something like this? Why does he want to invite all trouble? So, Svabhava Viparitam Janmadi Sambhavati. He is birthless, he is deathless, and how can he be born? So, birth is opposed to nature of Ishvara, who is Ajo Nitya Shashvato Ajanma. Secondly, you will be born only as a result of karma. So, birth is determined by karma. So we are all born as a result of our past karma. So whatever body we have, the parentage that we have, everything that we have is all decided by our past karma. Meaning that in taking the birth, we do not have the freedom. It is our karma that decides what body and what all characteristics we have. So similarly, Vishwar also is born, then karma alone will decide, meaning that whoever is born is always dependent, is always controlled. And so he is all powerful, so how can he have birth and how can he be this helpless, how can he be controlled? And also why should he, who is full and complete, have to enter a body and then go through all the limitations and all the suffering? Why should he do that? So Bhashyakara says, Trigunatmekam Vaishnavim Swam Mayam Mula Prakritim Vashikritya. All the jivas are born as controlled by Maya, but Ishvara controls his own Maya. So like a magician, all the audience is under the spell of magic. But magician himself is the master of his magic. And therefore, Swam Mayam Vashikritya. Maya is not independent. Vaishnavi Maya. It is Maya that belongs to Vishnu, which is Partantra or dependent upon Vishnu, under control of Vishnu or the Lord. And it is Maya which is capable of doing otherwise impossible things. Meaning, Maya alone, the limitless Lord or God, can be in a limited body without losing any powers. And how can you explain that? You can't explain how can somebody is embodied and still be limitless. How can it be? Maya alone can do that. Meaning that because of Maya, he as though possesses the body. And therefore, he is not made limited by any limitation of the body. Mula Prakriti, and that is also the primordial matter from which this body is made. So that explains how in spite of incarnation he remains Ishvara and how he appears to a body because of his Maya. So body of Lord Krishna is product of Maya. It's not product of karma, it's product of Maya. Then continuing the Bhashya further. Ajaha, Avyaha, Bhutanam Ishvaraha, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta, Svabhavopi San, Swamayaya, Dehavan Iva, Jatah Iva, Lokanugraham Kurvan, Lakshyate. So by nature, Ajaha, birthless. Then there were Jatah Iva, meaning that incarnation such as Lord Krishna is not born in a primary sense like you and I are born. Jata is as though born. So, Dehavan Iva. He does not possess the body as we possess, as though he possesses the body. Meaning that there is no identification of the body. Even the body is there, there is no identification, no limitation. Birth is there, remaining birthless, there is birth. So birthless and birth are what? Contradictory. So birth is as though. The birth of the birthless is as though. The one embodied, unembodied one having body is as though. So he remains ajaha, unborn. Avyaha means what? Deathless, inexhaustible. So birthless, deathless, that's the nature. Bhutanam Ishvaraha. He is the Ishvara, the ruler or the master of all the beings. Meaning that he is not controlled by karma. All bhutas, all living beings are all controlled by the karma, controlled by the maya. So our birth is controlled by maya, controlled by karma. But in mayam vashikritya, he in fact brings under control his own maya. He doesn't have any karma because he is birthless, deathless, actionless. Therefore, even though appears to perform all the karma, in fact he is actionless. Otherwise, he will imagine with what all they have to do, he will be also bound by karma. Then how many births will be required? So Jains, they look upon them as ordinary human beings. They also have their own scriptures. According to them, Lord Krishna is in the fourth hell because all the papa that he did, he is in the hell. There are different categories of hell. So fourth hell he is in right now. I say Rama in some other hell or whatever. So if you look upon them as human beings and as having kartrutva bhoktu, doership and enjoyership, then of course there will be a problem. But janma karma chamedevyam evam yo veti tattvataha. Lord Krishna says, my birth also is divine. Unearthly karma also is divine. Without being born, I am as though born. Without performing action, I as though perform the action. And they don't understand this. So they simply rate him as an individual human being and then say this karma he performed, so this is the result and this is what he has to do. But no. So ajaha, avyaha, bhutanam, ishvaraha. And what is his true nature? This is important. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhavopi San. He is Nitya. Nitya means that which is eternal, not limited by time. Meaning that he is not born, he is not an effect. Karya is always born, effect is always has a beginning and will have an end, but his Nitya means he is not a Karya, not an effect. Shuddha means what? He is not a Karana also. Nitya means Ishvara is not a Karya. Shuddha means is not Karana also. Buddha, of nature of consciousness, there is no jadatvam or there is no inertness in him. Mukta is ever free from avidya, kama, karma. All living beings, all jivas are limited by avidya, kama, karma. Avidya, ignorance, that creates kama or the desire. that creates karma. That is karma phala, other desire. That's how the chain of karma phala binds. But he is nitya shuddha. So nitya shuddha, nitya buddha, nitya mukta. You are free from the ignorance of vidya, kama, karma. But maybe when he is in Vaikuntha, he enjoys the nature of Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta. When he comes to earth, then he is bound by them. He says, no, so Swabhava. It is his what is nature? Nature is that which never changes. See, nature does not depend upon time or place or condition. That's called nature. Meaning that its nature of fire to be hot at all the times, at all the places, and all conditions. Is not so? Similarly, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta is Swabhava. This is the nature of Ishvara. Whether he is Vaikuntha, he is Avatar, in whichever situation it is, it's always Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. Even as Sri Krishna also, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. So, Swamaya, Dehavan Iva, by his own Maya, appears as though possessed of the body. Jata Hiva, by his own Maya, appears to be as though born. Like a magician can create an appearance, so also the Lord creates the appearance of being born and possessing a body. So, this is a Vedantic explanation of what kind of upadhi avatara has. There is a long discussion, and different people have different views on what's the nature of the body of Lord Krishna. Vedantins say that the body is Maya, product of Maya. The Bhaktas won't say that. They don't like this Maya business. He is nothing but Chinmaya Vapuhu. Meaning that, don't think that Lord Krishna's body is made of this flesh and blood and stuff like that. It's nothing but pure consciousness. That also is fine. But pure consciousness cannot assume a body. Vedantins go by the simple reasoning, and therefore it can appear to have a body and cannot have a real body. So Vedanta's explanation of avatara is, what kind of body is this? Is pratibhasika. Vyavaharika body, it looks like Vyavaharika is product of karma. Paramahasika cannot have body. So this body is pratibhasika, meaning appearance, and that is created by Maya. Loka anugraham kurvan lakshyate. So pranayam anugraham adadhana. What is the purpose of incarnation? Loka anugraham kurvan. Simply doing anugraha, blessing the people, showering his grace upon the people. The only thing that Lord Krishna Avatara does is simply anugraha, or the grace or blessing of the people, of the world. He is merely a blessing to the world, because he has no personal agenda at all. He has no need. He is Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. He is ever complete, ever whole, and therefore there is no lack, no want, no need. Therefore, no desire, no ragadveshas. Meaning that the actions which appear, which actually emerge from the upadhi of Lord Krishna are not prompted by raga or dvesha. There is no favoritism, there is no cruelty, there is no partiality. But Lord Krishna is shown to be partial and cruel all the time, is it not so? Partial to all these people, Gopa, and then cruel to all Asuras, and so is it not raga dvesha? Lord Krishna seems to do similar things that we do. He also destroys those demons. And does not show any compunction at all, right? It looks like it. Says, no, there is, in fact, he is not killing them. So Vaishnava say that it is all, he is just liberating them. All the asuras are liberated by Lord Krishna. Their Putana is liberated. It's not Putana Vada. Vedanta call it Putana Vada. Is the killing of Putana. No. Is only Putana is only liberated. And therefore Lord Krishna gave her the kind of loka or the realm which really mother deserves. She came as a mother. Although she came to kill him, but at least she appeared as a mother, that's enough. So that's the kind of realm she gets. So all the asuras are all liberated. There is no other way of them liberating them. You follow? That's why it does what is required. All Karna, Duryodhana, all of them are, because there is no other way. There's such great sin, the only way to liberate them is this. That's what Lord Krishna did. And so, no, there is no cruelty at all. There is no partiality for anybody, no cruelty for anybody. Anugraha. Meaning whatever he does is nothing but anugraha. He appears to punish you, anugraha. Favor you, anugraha. So, loka anugraham kurvan lakshave. That's what he appears. But it is said that whenever you do something, there must be a purpose. Prayojanam anuddishya namandopi pravartate. They say that when a dull-weighted person does not proceed to do anything unless a purpose is to be served, some agenda must be there. So Lord Krishna also must have an agenda. But he is Kritakritya. He is fulfilled one. What agenda he can have? What purpose can he have? Purpose is for a person who has to accomplish something. He doesn't need to accomplish anything. Not only that, he will bless whom? You say that he blesses people. Who are the people? You mean, does he see difference between himself and people? Is there duality there? In Advaita, there is no duality. Nobody is different from Lord Krishna. So who is blessing whom? For you to help somebody, bless somebody, that somebody should be different from you, that duality must be there, then only any kind of a vyavahara or interaction is possible. But there is no duality in Advaitavada. So how does Lord Krishna do anugraha? How does he even bless others? So this is the, says, swaprayojan abhavepi bhuta. Let us read further. Swaprayojana abhavepi bhuta anujagrukshaya vaidikam he धर्मद्वयम् अर्जुनाय शोकमोह महोदधौ निमग्नाय उपदिदेश गुणाधिकैर्हि गृहीतः अनुष्ठीयमानश्च धर्मः प्रचयम् गमिष्यते iti. Swaprayojana abhavepi. Even though normally prayojan is always required. Whenever I do something, the prayojan purpose must be there. Without a purpose, nobody does anything. Even Lord Krishna also would not do anything without a purpose. As our Swamiji would say, Lord Krishna, when he imparted teaching to Arjuna, yeah, purpose is there that Arjuna should gain the knowledge. But swaprayojana bhavepi. There is no personal agenda there. Bhuta anujagrukshya, purely for blessing Arjuna that this is done. Not that Lord Krishna wants something, some hidden agenda is there. that he makes Arjuna to fight this battle, so his work of an incarnation will be done. No such agenda is involved there. What about duality? As though duality. There is no duality as far as Lord Krishna is concerned. There is as though duality in the mind of those who are helped. So giving reality to the ignorance and duality that people feel, and therefore people feel the need of being blessed. So accepting their viewpoint, Lord Krishna does what he does to bless them. So not that Lord Krishna sees them as different from him, but he sees that they see him different from them, and because of that taking duality as here, that they are suffering. Therefore, this will be released from their suffering. So bhutanu jigurkshaya, Vaidikami dharmadvayam. So Vedas teaches the twofold dharma. Dharmadvayam. Bhashyakara has explained what is his dharmadvayam. The twofold dharma. What is it? The pravritti lakshana and nivritti lakshana. Dharma means lokesmin dvividhanishta, the lifestyle. The commitment characterized by pravritti, action, and nivritti, the renunciation or contemplation. So both of these Lord Krishna taught to Arjuna. Pravritti lakshana dharma called karma yoga. Nivritti lakshana dharma called sankhya yoga or jnana yoga. That's all Vedas teach. So Vedantins' view about the Veda is that the Vedas teach this twofold dharma. Pravritti and nivritti. There is separate dharma called Raja Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, etc. They are all included. Bhakti is the spirit with which you perform the karma and pursue the knowledge is involved bhakti. And Raja Yoga also is part of karma only. And therefore, all of them included in the twofold dharma, the pravritti lakshana and nivritti lakshana. Vaidikami dharmadvayam. Idea is that what Lord Krishna taught to Arjuna is what the Vedas teach to human beings. The entire teaching of Vedas is brought into the Bhagavad Gita. Vaidikami dharmadvayam. Upad Arjunaya upadesha. Lord Krishna imparted the teaching to Arjuna. Vaidikam dharma. Because they have a problem with there are other kinds of dharma also. Says Chaitya Vandanadi Vilakshanam. Because Bauddha dharma also may be there, some other dharmas also may be there. Not that. Vaidikam dharma is what Lord Krishna taught to Arjuna. For what? Why did he teach to Arjuna? Because Arjuna had the need for this upadesha. Why did he have need? Shoka moha mahodado nimagnaya. Arjuna is nimagna. He is immersed. Mahodadhi, ocean of shoka and moha. So Arjuna is as though immersed in the ocean of grief and delusion and not finding any other way. So Lord Krishna sees or knows that there is no way other than imparting self-knowledge to help Arjuna become free from the shoka and moha. Shoka moha mahodado nimagnaya arjunaya upadidesha. But some people say, why did Lord Krishna teach Arjuna? He should have taught Duryodhana. Then perhaps a whole battle could have been avoided, isn't it? You teach anybody provided he is ready to learn. First of all, you should ask for this knowledge. Meaning you should have the value. Asking is not a formality. When Arjuna asked for the knowledge, it shows the value he has for the knowledge. And you should only give something to somebody who has a value for it. You should not give to somebody who doesn't value it, you throw it away. You cannot give your, very expensive $3,000 watch to a little toddler. He'll throw it away. He wants candy. And therefore, Arjuna had the value. That's what is Gunadhikaya. It's also Gunadhikayarihi Gruhita Anushtiyamanasya Dharma. Lord Krishna must have waited for this moment for, I guess, a long time. That Arjuna should ask for this knowledge. Gunadhikaihi, those who are endowed with abundance of good qualities. Arjuna is endowed with abundance of virtues. Gruhitaha. So when someone like that, he accepts and understands, grasps this teaching. Anushtiyamanasya, not only grasps, but then he puts it into practice. So Arjuna is a very sincere person. His question is not an academic question or a theoretical question. He wants really to be free from Shoga. He wants this knowledge. His questions reveal that he takes it seriously. He wants to be what Lord Krishna teaches him to be. So Gruhitaha Anushtiyamanasya, received by somebody as well as implemented by somebody who possesses this outstanding good qualities. Prachayam Gamishati, then the dharma will be propagated. You teach this to somebody XYZ, nobody knows him, and then he may learn, but that's what, it will stop there only. But when Arjuna gets that, everybody through Arjuna will get. That's the reason why they taught this to kings. For example, when Ashoka became a Bauddha, the whole kingdom became Bauddha. So that's why you must teach somebody. That's why our Swami always used to hook them. People who are all professionals and intelligent, and then who enjoy some positions. So through them, this will automatically spread to other people who look up to them. So if somebody who is looked up to by others, then only Prachayam Gamishari, this knowledge will also propagate. Alright. So Lord Krishna taught this, Buddha also taught it, Mahavira, so everybody, so many have taught this. So what Lord Krishna taught, what makes it trustworthy? What makes it trustworthy or something that we should take seriously? So Bhashyakara says, Shishta Parigruhitatvat, that what Lord Krishna taught also has been respected and accepted by the learned people. So this used to be a tradition, that when you write something, it must be put before the assembly of scholars. And if they approve of it, then only your text is accepted, otherwise not accepted. So similarly, Lord Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita all right. Did it stop there? Says no. Says further. Tam dharmam bhagavata yathopadishtam vedavyasaha sarvajnah Bhagavad Gitakhyahi saptabhihi shlokashataihi upanibabandha tam dharmam bhagavata yatho. So Lord, so Bhashyakara calls the teaching dharma. The Lord Krishna taught dharma to Arjuna. What dharma? Pravritti and nivritti lakshana dharma. Dharma is something that you should implement in your life. So tam dharmam bhagavata yatha upadishtam. So shishta parigruhitatvat, because Lord Krishna's teaching also has been respected and validated by none other than Vedavyasa. So Vedavyasa is well known. Bhagavan Vedavyasa. So Bhagavan, Vedavyasa also is well known as incarnation of Lord. That being the case, Krishna Dvaipayanam Vidhi Vyasam Narayanam Vibhu Prabhum. That Narayan, Lord Narayan himself was incarnate as Vedavyasa, and he adopted this teaching of Lord Krishna and composed it in the form of Bhagavad Gita in 700 verses. Saptavi Shloka Shatehi, by 700 Upanibandha, this teaching that Lord Krishna imparted to Arjuna is composed by none other than Vedavyasa in 700 verses, which are known as the Bhagavad Gita. So, Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayana Swam. Bhagavad Gita, that is taught by Swam, Narayana himself to Partha. Vyasena Grasitam Purana Munina Madhya Mahabharatam. And here Purana Muni, the one is well known as the composer of various Puranas, that Muni has placed this Bhagavad Gita in his greatest work called Mahabharata in a position of pride, right in the center, like enjoy a position of a locket, and a very beautiful necklace. And so that shows that Vedavyasa looks upon that as something very, very valuable and precious. So it must be precious. So that is why says Narada says, so Tirthani Tirthi Kurvandi, Shastrani Shastri Kurvandi. The great people, when they visit some places, those places become important. When they study some scriptures and teach them, the scriptures become important. So that's how Bhagavad Gita also gained importance because of Vedavyasa, who composed it, placed it in the Mahabharata. Vedavyasa has two qualities, Sarvajna. He is the ordained one, he is omniscient. And Bhagavan also means one who possesses those glories, if not in total way, in partial way. And therefore, by this discussion, Bhashyakara has shown how Bhagavad Gita is not taught by an ordinary human being, is taught by another Ishvara, and therefore it is trustworthy. This is Pramanam. Bhagavad Gita is not Paurushaya Grantha, not composed or taught by somebody, it's not a product of a human mind, it is taught by none other than Ishvara, who is Sarvajna, and therefore it is trustworthy, and therefore deserves our commentary. So, apranitatvam is not, taught by somebody who is ordinary one. Having done this, now, why should Gita be commented upon? Bhashyakara says further, Tadidam Gita Shastram Samasta Vedartha Sar Sangraha Bhutam Durvigneyartham Tadartha Avishkaranaya Anekaihi Vivruta Padartha Vakyartha Nyayam Api Atyanta Viruddha Anekarthatvena Laukikaihi Krishyamanam Upalabhya Aham Vivekataha Artha Nirdharanartham Sankshepatāh Vivaranam Karishyami. Tadidam Gita Shastram, the Shastra, the scripture called the Bhagavad Gita, Samasta Vedada Sar Sangraha Bhutam. Sangraha is a collection of what? Sara, the essence of Vedartha, the essence of the teaching of the entire Veda. There are 4 Vedas and the Karma Kanda, all the Upanishads primarily, and this Bhagavad Gita represents a collection of the essence of the teaching of all the Upanishads. Sarva Upanishado Gavaha Dogdha Gopal Nandana. So the milk is the essence of the cow. The cows are the Upanishads and milk is the Bhagavad Gita. Alright, fine. And still, why do you need to comment upon that? People will study the Gita and then get the knowledge by themselves. No, Durvijñayartham. It's a scripture which is rather very difficult to understand. Whenever people will not be able to understand it on their own, they need to be in fact taught, how to interpret the teaching of Gita. Durvijñayartham. Alright? So it is difficult to understand. Therefore, commentary is required. But other people have commented upon it. Why is your commentary required? Sistadartha avishkaranaya. For bringing out the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, many people have tried. Bhashyakara says that many commentators have tried in the past to bring out the true meaning of Bhagavad Gita in their own way. And for bringing out the true meaning of Gita, what have they done? Anekai, many people have done. Vivruta, expounded what? Padartha. So the earlier commentators have, Pada means the word, Padartha, they have explained the words of the Gita. Vakyartha, explain the statements of Gita. Vakya is a statement or sentence. Sentence is made up of many words. So first of all you must understand every word. Then only you can understand the sentence. So we give the padartha, word meaning, and then translation. So earlier commentators have done. They have explained the meaning of the words as well as meaning of sentences. And then also the meaning cannot be simply literal meaning. There are connections between one verse and second verse, third verse, and one verse and other verses, and what the whole Shastra teaches. Therefore, you must explain also what is the relationship that each verse has with other verses also. Our Swami used to say, to study Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses. Now, however, to study any verse, you require to study all the verses because every verse is in some way or the other connected with other verses. Like Panini Sutras. To study one sutra, you need every sutra because he connects this one is that one, and therefore you must know everything. So similarly also to study Bhagavad Gita, you can understand this verse if you understand that one. But that one understand if you go this. So this is what happened to us in when you're looking at the dictionaries, there is an English word and then you want, so English to English dictionary. So English gives for that you go to another word, and then that gives, so like that you come back ultimately there. So sometimes it is, one word requires understanding a second word, that requires a third verse. And therefore one verse may have a reference to another verse, which may have a reference to some third verse, which may have a reference to another verse. And therefore, in order to completely understand one verse, it may be necessary to understand all the verses. So 700 verses can't be understood unless you understand every verse, and every verse cannot necessarily understand all 700 verses. Therefore, those who explain must also explain the reasonings, how the connections are. Sangati, what's the connection between the previous verse and the following verse? And what relation it has with the total teaching. So the commentator should tell us all this. So say, therefore vakyartha nyayamapi, even though reasons also are given by earlier commentators. So earlier commentators have done a job explaining words, sentences, as well as giving reasoning. Even then, Bhashya, what do I find, he says? Atyanta viruddha anekarthatvena. Unfortunately, what happens that commentators also get lost because these statements of the Gita appear contradictory. Atyanta viruddha anekarthatvena. Sometimes a verse may be quite contrary to what the other verse says. Tasya kartaram vidyakartaram abhyayam. Lord Krishna says that know me to be the creator of the universe, at the same time not the creator. Now what does it mean? So Viruddha, looks like Viruddha. He is creator and still not the creator. Maiteshu na maiteshu tapyaham. They are in me, I am not in them. Things like that. And so Viruddhartatvena, Anekartatvena, sometimes there can be more than one meaning, sometimes there are contradictory meanings, and that is why the commentary is not easy. Somebody must have an understanding of the total theme of the whole text and must know how every verse refers to that theme, to subject matter. You don't have luxury to take a verse and then scholarly explain it and stuff like that, then you can get distracted. So Bhashyakara has the discipline that he does not take the liberty to bring in more than what needs to be brought in. We generally have sometimes temptation. Let us tell them this also. Because so many things we know. Then there's temptation that you tell this also, and that also, and that also, and this also. And then some more stories, make it interesting. So then people, if they are not disciplined, they can get lost. Swami may say, I'll come back to it. He may come back, but we may not come back, So it is possible. Therefore, the teacher must be just straight line. No deviation at all, no distraction at all. It's only single pointed thing. And then he should, of course, the listeners also like that. Depending on what the listeners are, the teachers do what they do. But the thing is that when Bhashyakara writes, then he writes, he has all these scholars and fellows are always going to weigh every word that he writes and they are going to, And therefore, Bhashyakara says that when Laukika hi gruhyamanam, I find that the people have understood Gita in a very contradictory way. Atyanta viruddha anekartatvena gruhyamanam also. That people, one will understand this, other will understand totally contradictory, some may understand differently. So I find that there is no consistency in understanding the people. Therefore, vivekataha artha nirdharanartham sankshepataha vivaranam karishyami. So vivekataha. With viveka or discrimination. And we will go in distinction, that we will distinguish everything, we will clearly say what is to be said. And sankshepata in brief, meaning that no unnecessary words, no unnecessary sentences, no unnecessary material to distract. Sankshepata and vivekata, very clearly with no vagueness. Artha nirdharanartham, for determining or ascertaining the meaning of the Gita. So vivaranam karishyami, I will. So Bhashyakara justifies his commentary. Because commentaries exist, but we find that people when they study the commentaries, then they come out with all kinds of contradictory meanings and different meanings, and therefore we have to explain in such a manner that it gives clarity to people, does not create any vagueness or doubt. That kind of understanding people should have, and for that we should write a commentary. So the commentary writing also is justified. Alright? So this Shastra is Apta Pranitam, meaning Shastra is in fact composed by or taught by Apta, the most well informed, most trustworthy one who knows everything. Secondly, that it is also that it needs an Vyakhya or explanation. Alright, still, you cannot study a book unless Anubandha Chatushtaya is established. But Anubandha Chatushtaya, the four factors which Bandha, following which we will study the text. The four factors which will prompt us to study the text, which are required for us to know in order to be connected to the text. So first of all we should know what is Vishaya, what is subject matter of the text. Prayojanam. If I study the text, then what purpose would be served? Adhikari. Who is the one, which is the audience, keeping which in mind the text has been written. And fourth, what do I have, after studying the text, what do I need to do to accomplish my goal? These four things have to be known. Any intelligent person will proceed to study a text only after ascertaining these four factors. You don't just study anything, read anything and everything. When a book comes, you read the preface, isn't it? Hopefully we should do. The preface should explain these four things. Preface should necessarily explain what subject matter, what purpose is served by studying this, and who is this text written to. It may be physics all the way, is it school physics, college physics, is it graduate, postgraduate, and what? So Adhikari, who is a fit person. And then, in case, if you are studying it for a purpose, what do you need to do to achieve that purpose after studying the text? So this Adhikari, the Vishaya, Prayojana, Adhikari and Sambandha. This is called the Anubandha Chatushtaya. So unless you establish that, again this text does not deserve to be studied. So Bhashyakara says, तस्यस्य गीताशास्त्रस्य संक्षेपतः प्रयोजनं परं निःश्रेयसं सहेतुकस्य संसारस्य अत्यन्त उपरमलक्षणम्. So first of all, prayojanam. What's the purpose? What is the purpose of our life? That will be served by gaining the knowledge that Gita imparts. Bhagavad Gita imparts the knowledge. Alright? If you gain that knowledge, what purpose will be served? So, Param Nishreyasam. Param Nishreyasam is the good well-being. Param Nishreyasam, the ultimate well-being called moksha. So, Nishreyasam, Param also in Indian sense, Nishreyasam. But Nishreyasam means well-being. So, Param Nishreyasam, a well-being beyond which there is nothing. Meaning that the ultimate well-being, Kritakrityata, the total fulfillment in life, called moksha, that is the purpose of this Gita Shastra. How does it happen? Sahetukasya samsarasya atyanta upalama lakshanam. See, moksha is described in twofold ways. One is attainment of all happiness, and second is cessation of all sorrow. Sorrow is created by ignorance. So, sahetukasya samsarasya atyanta uparama lakshanam. A total cessation of samsara. Samsara means life of birth and death, meaning life of a chain of sorrow. So, atyanta uparama lakshanam. Once cessation, once and for all, of all the suffering of samsara or the life of repeated birth and death. And param nishreyasam, attainment of the param nishreyasa, the ultimate well-being. So cessation of all the dukkha and attainment of all sukha. That's called moksha. That's the prayojanam, purpose. Why do you need jnanam for that? For attaining moksha, why do you need knowledge? Can karma not achieve moksha? In fact, Vedas prescribe so many wonderful rituals and things, and you can have great achievements. So maybe moksha also can be achieved by karma. If not simply by karma, then karma and upasana. Why do you need knowledge? So Bhashyakara says, Tacca sarvakarma sannyasa पूर्वकात् आत्मज्ञान निष्ठारूपात् धर्मात् bhavati. How do you gain moksha? Says Atma Jnana Nishtha Rupa Dharmat. Moksha, a total cessation of sorrow and attainment of all happiness, can be gained by dharma, by the virtuous way of life, which is characterized by Atma Jnana Nishtha and abidance in the self-knowledge. So dharma, the virtue, characterized by abidance in self-knowledge. Abiding in self-knowledge means you must know what your true nature is. And abiding is what? That means it becomes spontaneous too. Knowing that I am Brahman, that is called the knowledge of the self. And what should the nature of that knowledge? That I become Brahman. Brahma Veda, Brahmaya Bhavati. Knowing Brahman, you become Brahman. That is called the self-knowledge. That's called the abidance in knowledge. Shankara says, only this knowledge that I am Brahman. Word can be Brahman or anything. I am limitless. I am ever free. I am ever liberated. Meaning that moksha is already an accomplished fact. It is not that Atma is actually bound, that there is a real bondage. If the real bondage was there, then there would be real liberation. But there is no real bondage. Ignorance of the self creates only the notion of bondage. So we don't have to remove bondage, but to remove the notion of bondage. You follow? Like that cow. And so the disciple found that when he came back once after grazing the cows to the kutia of the Guru, he found that one rope was missing. The 4 cows, and for tying each cow to the respective post, there were 4 ropes. So one afternoon when he came back after the grazing of the cows, he found that one rope is missing. So he tied the 3 cows to their post, and for the 4th cow, he didn't have anything. So he went to the Guru. What should I do? Guru says, tie the cow. But I don't have rope. Tie the cow. So he couldn't understand. Something must be there anyway. But fortunately, he was an obedient disciple. We won't do. I see he doesn't know what he's talking. He doesn't understood me. But here, the disciple was obedient, and therefore he did what the Guru told him to do. He brought the cow to its usual position and did gestures of tying the cow. He didn't believe that this would work. So every half an hour he would go and watch, see whether the cow is still there. Whole night he could not sleep because the cow may walk out. But cow was obediently in that position. It was more surprise. And early morning then time came to take them again to the forest for grazing. So the 3 cows, he untied those ropes and twisted the tail, and then the cow started walking. This one is not tied, so he twisted the tail. Still the cow would not walk. He thought Guru has done something. Some magic must be there. So he went to the Guru and said, what has happened to this cow? The cow is not moving. I twisted the tail, it doesn't move. Hey, did you untie the cow? I haven't tied it. You untie the cow. So he did the gestures of untying the cow. To utter surprise, then when he twisted the tail, the cow moved. So the bondage is like the bondage of the cow. It's not the cow thought that I am bound. And similarly also, we think that we are bound. So it is not that in case of that cow, a real bondage is to be removed. It's a notion of bondage. In life, for human beings also, the self is ever free of the nature of ananda, happiness. In fact, sorrow cannot touch the Atma at all. So there is no sorrow in the Atma to be removed, and the Atma is ananda, sorrow, no ananda is to be gained. Moksha is already an accomplished fact. But somehow ignorance creates the notion of bondage, so therefore knowledge is required. And knowledge alone can do that. Therefore, Atma Jnana Nishtharupat Dharmat Bhavati. We must know what the true nature of Atma is, that I am ever free. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava is Ishvara, also of the Atma self. And how will you gain that knowledge? Sarva karma sannyasa purvaka. Bhashyakara insists that to gain abundance and knowledge, one must necessarily become free from all karma. Because karma and jnanam cannot go together. Let me give an example. Here is a flower in front of me. To perceive this flower, what do I need to do? I must turn my head, open my eyes, with the eyes contact the flower. So when the contact of the eyes and the flower takes place, the cognition of the flower automatically takes place. I don't have to make any effort as far as the perception is concerned. No karma is required. In fact, if I do some karma, then I will be denying the knowledge. See, for knowing what is, all that is required is pramanam, meaning the means of knowledge, eyes, prameya, the object of knowledge, and they should be they come in contact with each other. It is true, the eyes must be free from any defect, so pramana must be nirdosham. But when that is there, the knowledge takes place, because knowledge is vastu tantram. The knowledge is determined by vastu, the object of knowledge, not purusha tantram. That is, it is not my will that plays a role in knowledge. Whereas, if I want to place this flower, give you the flower, do some action with the flower, then I must perform an action. Then my will comes into play. That, I want to give it to him. Then I say, my mind says, come on hands, give it to them. Karma requires the will of the person. Knowledge requires only what is determined by the object of knowledge. In fact, we have to drop the will. You find out, for seeing this thing, my will actually is dropped. That time I am not saying, no, this can't be red, this can't be yellow, it has to be red. Can you decide that? No, Swamiji, I want to see this flower as a red flower. Is it possible? No. It's flower that decides how the knowledge takes place in us. And so, as far as jnana is concerned, it is the object of knowledge that decides, not the knower. In fact, the knower should cease all activities, should drop all the activities, all kartrutva, all the will must be dropped, then only perception or cognition can take place. Similarly also, for knowing the Atma, all the will must be dropped. Even the knower must be dropped. So all kartrutva, doership must be dropped. So karma requires kartrutva, will. And knowledge requires the cessation of will or dropping the will. So they are opposed to each other, meaning that they cannot coexist. Doing something which requires will and knowing something which requires what? The letting go of the will. They cannot coexist. So karma and jnanam cannot coexist. Therefore, for knowledge, all karma must be given up. All duties must be given up. All will must be given up. So, sarva karma, sannyasa purvaka, all this will be elaborated in the Gita. Sannyasa, renunciation of all the duties. What is duty? I have to do something. That kind of inner pressure is there. That all must go. You must become free from all the pressures. But Lord Krishna says, Yajnadana tapah karma natyajyam karya. Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, you should never give up yajna, dana, tapah. This daily duties you should never give up. Karya, that you must do. So Lord Krishna seems to say that karma must be done. And here you say sarva karma sannyasa. So, therefore, Bhashyakara says further, तथा इमं एव गीतार्थ धर्मम् उद्दिश्य भगवता एव उक्तं सै धर्मस्य पर्याप्तः ब्रह्मणः पदवेदनम् इति अनुगीतासु. So now it is interesting. What does Bhagavad Gita teach? Is reviewed in another Gita called Anugita. So apparently in Mahabharata there is another Gita called Anugita, where Arjuna requests Lord Krishna to again teach him Gita. And Lord Krishna teaches him. It's called Anugita. Anu means that which follows. In Anugita, Lord Krishna describes what this Gita is. Says, Sai dharma saparyapta brahmana padavedanam. Sai dharma, that alone is called dharma, the real virtue. Paryapta, which is quite adequate. What is it? Brahmana padavedanam. Brahmana padam is what nishreyasam, moksha. So knowing Brahman is the self and thus gaining moksha is a real dharma. So, and who says that? Bhagavan himself says. So Bhagavan later on says about this Gita that this is what Gita teaches, that the knowledge of Brahman alone is enough for nishreyasa or moksha. It is Anugitas. Because if somebody else says about Gita, then he doesn't know. You may say, suppose you write a book and I give an opinion, and so he doesn't understand. But Lord Krishna taught Gita and he himself says later. So then we can't say that he doesn't understand. So those words also help us understand what this Gita teaches. So Sai dharma paryapta. This Atma Jnana Nishtha Rupa dharma paryapta is adequate for knowing Brahman, for the nishreyasa or the moksha. Then what about Lord Krishna saying yajna, dana, tapaha should not be given up? He says when the occasion will come, he will explain those vakyas, in what context I said and for what purpose I said. Alright? Then again Anugita, another vakya, Bhashya quotes. Kincha anyadapi tatreva uktam naiva dharmi nacha dharmi nachaivahi shubhashubhi yasyadekasane denaha tushrim kinchita achintayan iti jnanam sannyasa lakshanam iti cha. Tatreva, in same Anugita again, Lord Krishna has said, Naiva dharmi cha nacha adharmi. So who is the wise person? Who is the one who is liberated? Lord Krishna describes a liberated person or a wise person. Who is he? Naiva dharmi. He doesn't practice dharma. Naiva adharmi. Nor does he practice adharma. So dharma is karma. Adharma also is karma. Virtuous karma is called dharma. Vicious karma is called dharma. So one who is neither performing dharma or adharma, meaning that one who is given the kartritva, the sense of doership, who is risen above dharma and adharma. So the reason why the karma sannyasa is taught is because the self which we have to know is above karma. It transcends karma, transcends dharma and adharma. So dharma also you have to transcend someday. We must grow out of adharma by practicing dharma. Ultimately, dharma also we have to grow out. Te dharmam adharmam cha. Recognizing that I am the self who is actionless and never Dharma, and dharma also is not nature of Atma. In the beginning, you adopt dharma to grow out of dharma. By knowledge then, you realize that you transcend dharma also. Naiva dharmi, nacha dharmi, nachaiva nainu shubha and ashubha. Shubha means auspicious or desirable, ashubha inauspicious. You even grow out of that. You know why? Because, see, dharma is opposed to adharma. Dharma cannot be where adharma is, right? Right cannot be where the wrong is. Shubha and Ashubha also are opposed to each other. Shubha cannot be where Ashubha is. Ashubha cannot be where Shubha is. Is Atma opposed to them? Atma is what? Consciousness. That illumines Shubha as well as Ashubha. He witnesses both. Right now, self is witnessing everything that you and I are doing. Sometimes good thoughts arise, sometimes bad thoughts arise, sometimes we do right thing, sometimes we do wrong things also. Upadrashta, Anumanta cha, he watches everything, permits everything, does not oppose anything because he transcends everything. So that's the reason why if you hold on to karma, then also it's not enough because you have to transcend that also. So nachaiva shubha shubhi. Atma cannot be called dharma or adharma, shubha or ashubha. Yasyat, that were one who is good of dharma and adharma, shubha and ashubha both. Yasyat ekasane linaha, one who sits in one asana, totally absorbed in the self, tushim kinchin achintayan, and thinking of nothing, absorbed in the self. Because of karma you must think what is to be done, what is not to be done. All of that has been given up. That shows the nishtha. This is called sarva karma sannyasa. Jnanam sannyasa lakshanam also. That jnana is characterized by jnana and sannyasa are one only. Ultimately, true sannyasa means knowledge only. Even sannyasa we say it is renunciation of karma. But that is just the outer form. But real sannyasa is what? Growing out of karma. Not giving up karma, growing out of karma. Not freedom from action, freedom in action. Let us say. But that is all Anugita. Why do you quote some other text? What does this text say? So Bhashya says, Iha picha ante uktam arjunaya sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja iti. Iha picha ante uktam arjunaya. Here also Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, sarvadharman parityajya. Wherever dharma is, it also includes adharma, because later on it comes. So here Arjuna, grow out of dharma both. Giving up means what? Transcend the idea of dharma and adharma. Mam ekam sharanam vraj, because I transcend dharma and adharma. But Atma, Lord Krishna says, samoham sarvabhut, I am equal to everybody. I give sattas, I illumine everything. Dharma also illumines, adharma also illumines. Isn't it? In Ishvara's creation, everything has a place, isn't it? Dharma also has a place, adharma also has a place. Birth also has place. All pairs of opposites, all of them have a place. He is not opposed to anything. When we take incarnation, then he gets opposed. That's it. But as Ishvara, he is not opposed to anything. So therefore, in order to know the Atma, one should become free from adharma as well as dharma. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Take refuge unto me, meaning that know me to be yourself as one non-dual. Alright, so that is done. So what is prayojanam? Moksha. How to attain moksha? Sarva karma sannyasa. What's the moksha? Atma jnana nishtha is a means of moksha, which also is accompanied with sarva karma sannyasa. So that is established. But here in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Kuru karma eva tasmat tvam, Arjuna, you therefore perform karma. So if ultimately karma sannyasa is what requires, Atma Jnana requires karma sannyasa, then why does Lord Krishna keep on asking Arjuna to perform karma? Ultimately, Lord Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya, you give up all the karma. If all karma is to be given up, why do you engage Arjuna in karma to begin with? That's what Arjuna says. Tatkim karmani ghorema niyojayasi keshava. Oh Lord, ultimately knowledge alone is to be gained. And knowledge comes after sarva karma sannyasa. Then why do you want to perform karma? So if sarva karma sannyasa or renunciation of all the karma is what Gita teaches, then why in so many places Lord Krishna keeps on saying to Arjuna, never perform your duty? So Bhashyakara says, अभ्युदयार्थोपि यह प्रवृत्ति लक्षणः धर्मः वर्णाश्रमांश्च उद्दिश्य विहितः सच देवादि स्थान प्राप्ति हेतुरपि सन् ईश्वरार्पण बुद्ध्या अनुष्ठीयमानः सत्त्वशुद्धये भवते फलाभिसन्धिवर्जितः. So if nivrutti is ultimately what is to be accomplished, why does Lord Krishna engage Arjuna in pravritti? It's like this. One guru had several disciples and they were traveling from one place to the other. In the evening then they decided to take, stop at a given outskirts of a village. And then the guru assigned duties to Shishya. Hey, you go to the village and then get some, atta, and you get some rice, and you get some dal, and you get some this and that. So they can cook the food. And one disciple was also given the task. You collect wood from the forest and light up the fire. Make sure that the fire is also put off. So Guru said, okay. So everybody brought, what they fulfilled the task. Whatever they were asked to do, they did. This fellow did not do anything. So what happened? I asked you to kindle the fire. But Guruji said that the fire is put off. Ultimately, why should I kindle in the first place? But fire must do its job first and then you put it off. Is it not so? So also karma sannyasa can be done only when karma has served the purpose, not otherwise. If you give somebody the sugar cane, so you don't throw away sugar, you squeeze the juice first and then throw away the rest. Mango, squeeze the juice and then throw away that, the peel as well as the stone, but not otherwise. So karma also, first of all, you must squeeze it, get the juice, get all the benefit from that, and then throw it away. Then only sannyasa should be done, not otherwise. So abhyudayartho, so normally when you perform karma with a desire, it will give you karma phala. Including abhyudaya, including swarga also it can give you. But then, varnashramam uddishya vihita. Everybody can get swarga if they perform their duties as prescribed in the Vedas. So that's what is done. Devadi sthana prapti heturapi. So when these prescribed rituals are performed with a desire to gain the result of those rituals, then you do get the result. Including devadi sthana prapti, if you want, you even can get heaven, which is the sthanam, the abode of the devatas. However, same thing, Ishvara avidya anushthyamana, same action ritual, instead of performing the ritual as prompted by desire, you perform the very same ritual or duty as an offering to Ishvara. Sattva shuddhaya bhavati, it brings about the purity of the mind. Otherwise, bandhanam. Yajnasat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. If you perform even the yajna with a desire, it will fulfill the desire, but create new desire. Fulfill desire, create new desire. That's one way. Or perform the same yajna as an offering to Ishvara. Sattva shuddhe bhavati. It removes the ragadveshas, purifies the mind. When phalabhisandhi varjitaha, when same ritual is performed without any attachment for follow the outcome, personal outcome, then becomes the means of sattva shuddhi or purification of mind. Suppose you get purification of mind, so what? Says further, Shuddha sattvasya cha jnanistha yogyata prapti dvarena jnanotpatti hetutvena cha nishreyasa hetutvamapi pratipadyate. Shuddha sattvasya cha, for the one who is now, mind is purified, devoid of ragadveshas, mind has become sattvic. Jnananistha yogyata prapti dvarena, in that pure mind arises the desire for knowledge. Then you go to the teacher by shravanam, mananam, nidhyasanam, you gain the knowledge and you gain abundance in knowledge. When? Only when your mind enjoys the purity. Then only knowledge can come. In case knowledge even comes, unless the mind is pure, the jnana-nishtha, abidance in knowledge will not come. So that purity of mind gives you the fitness for gaining knowledge and abidance in knowledge. Jnana utpatti hetutvena, abidance in commitment also. When you have commitment to knowledge, only when the mind is pure. Otherwise that mind, Swami, when we come here it's fine, but once you go out, there's so many other attractions, there are so many things are there. We get lust in other things. Because there are so many other things in the mind. When we are here, perhaps, the mind enjoys the tranquility and then we can focus attention on what is being said and so forth. But then Swamiji, we are not sannyasi, we have to do many other, so once you put on your shoes and the whole samsara comes there. Therefore, that commitment is not there, it's a part-time commitment. Once in a week or once in 2 weeks, that too if you can make it, otherwise, so that's all. Swami is a part-time bhakta. In the morning he is a bhakta, evening bhakta. During the day he is a businessman, So bhakti remains in its own place. What is meant by nishtha is a commitment also. Commitment to the pursuit of knowledge also is required. And that commitment also will be there only the person enjoying the purity of mind. Otherwise his mind will have many other needs. So jnana-nishtha, so jnana utpatti hetutvena, first your commitment to the knowledge. That's all you do, nothing else. Then jnana utpatti, then the knowledge takes place. And then ultimately abidance in knowledge. And that is the result, nishreyas or moksha takes place. So, pratipadyate. Just in this sentence, the verb is pratipadyate. The Sanskrit verb is pratipadyate. So what is the kartru? A verb must always have a subject. Subject, object, verb. So when you catch the verb, ask different questions. Then you come to karta, karma, karanam, etc. So in this sentence, which word is karta? Swami, we don't study Sanskrit, so we know responsibility. Those who claim to study something, they are all looking into that. I know. Huh?
Everything before that is chair, so and Nishrey is Ishwara Arpana Buddhiya Anushtiyamana.
The dharma. Pravritti karta must be in a nominative case. So because they are so far separated, therefore I just brought up. that the verb comes here and the subject pravritti lakshano dharma pratipadyate, that dharma of the nature of activity, if performed with a desire, will bring you to bring swarga, etc. But same dharma, if performed without the desire, is an offering to Ishvara, bring the word sattva shuddhi, gives you fitness for pursuit of knowledge, and ultimately results into knowledge, abundance and moksha. What? That pravritti lakshana, that dharma. So pravritti lakshana dharma or karma can also become means of moksha when performed with Ishvararpana buddhi. So that's what Bhashyakara says here. All right, on what basis do you say that? So Bhashyakara says, Yathacha imam artham abhisandhaya vakshati. Imam artham. This idea that karma becomes a means of moksha. Where do you find that in Gita someplace? Where Lord Krishna himself says that? He says just imam artham abhisandhaya. Keeping this idea in mind, vakshati, Lord Krishna will say. Says here, brahmanyadhaya karmani yata chitta jitendriyaha yoginah karma kurvante sangam tyaktva atma shuddhe. Imam artham, this idea, what's the idea? How karma becomes a means of jnanam and becomes means of moksha. So how karma also can indirectly become the means of moksha by creating the situation for occurrence of knowledge. Therefore, brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotyah. The words have been changed somewhat, but so brahmani at me Ishvara. Brahmani adhaya karmani, offering karma to Brahman or Ishvara. Yada chitta jitendriyaha. Yogis who have controlled their mind and who have controlled their senses. Yoginah karma kurvandi sangam tyaktva atma shuddhe. The yogis, karma yogis, perform the action sangam tyaktva, giving up the attachment to karma phala, atma shuddhe, for self purification or purification of mind. So Lord Krishna himself says that yogis, meaning those who want moksha, they perform the karma, all right, but giving up the attachment to the outcome for purification of mind. Meaning that karma also can become the means of purification of mind when that karma is performed without the desire for a personal reward. So that is done. All of this is said for prayojanam. Prayojanam is what? Nishreyasa, moksha. What's the means of moksha? Atma jnana, self-knowledge. What does self-knowledge require? Sarva karma sannyasa, renunciation of all karma. If karma is to be renounced, then why does Lord Krishna prescribe karma? For antahakana shuddhi. So karma has a role to play in antahakana shuddhi. When that is accomplished, then the pursuit of knowledge, abundance in knowledge and moksha. So purpose, prayojanam of Gita Shastra is to gain moksha. And what is the means of moksha? Atma jnanam, self-knowledge, which in turn requires the sarva karma sannyasa or renunciation of all the duties. All right. So prayojanam is described. What's the vishaya? So Bhashyakara says, imam viprakaram dharmam nishreyasa prayojanam paramartha tattvam cha vasudevakyam param brahma abhideya bhutam visheshatah abhivyanjayat. So imam dvip, or we'll completely sentence. Vishishta prayojana sambandha abhidheyavat Gita shastram yatah tadartha vijnanena samasta purushartha siddhi atah tad vivarane yatnah kriyate maya. Imam dviprakaram dharmam, this twofold dharma of pravritti and nivritti, karma yoga and sankhya yoga. Nishreyasa prayojanam, the purpose of both pravritti and nivritti is nishreyasa moksha, where the nivritti or sankhya yoga knowledge gives the moksha immediately. So jnanam is sakshat moksha sadhanam or immediate cause of knowledge. Moksha, karma is paroksha there. Karma is indirect cause of moksha. Jnanam is the direct cause of moksha because jnanam removes ignorance and reveals the fact that you are already liberated. What does karma do? Karma creates antahkarana shuddhi, creates the ground for the knowledge, and that way indirectly it becomes a means of moksha. So this is moksha shastra. And karma and jnana both are taught because both are means of moksha. How can both be means of moksha? Jnana is the direct means of moksha, karma is the indirect means of moksha. So nishreyasa prayojanam dharma, this twofold dharma of which the prayojan nishreyasa or moksha. So the Vishaya is described here. So first of all, Bhagavad Gita Vishaya subject means twofold dharma, pravritti yoga, karma yoga and sankhya yoga. Paramartha tattvam jo vasudevakyam. But main Vishaya is Brahman himself, Bhagavan himself. Vasudevakyam, what is called Vasudeva? Paramartha tattvam, the absolute reality, which is called Vasudeva, which is Param Brahma abhideya bhutam, which is also called Param Brahma, which is called Vasudeva here. Because it says, in the 7th chapter will be told, Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti. The Lord Krishna himself is the word of Vasudeva to describe Param Brahma. So therefore, the pravritti and nivritti means yoga shastra and Brahma Vidya. This is the subject matter, where Brahma Vidya is primary subject, Yoga Shastra is the secondary subject matter, and Brahma Vidya means Brahma itself is the subject matter, primary subject matter. So call it Brahma, call it Vasudeva. That is the Vishaya. So Prayojan is Moksha, Vishaya is Vasudeva or Param Brahma. Visheshta Abhivyanjat, there are many other things Gita talks about. But this is specifically what Gita specially talks about. So Gita may have other things also. We'll talk about the meditation, we'll talk about the yoga, we'll talk about values, and so many things will be taught. Asuri Sampatti, Devi Sampatti, etc. So many other talk, but then mainly the topics are the Karma Yoga, Sankhya Yoga and Param Brahma, Yoga Shastra and Brahma Vidya. So Vishishta Prayojana Sambandha. So Vishishta Prayojana is specific Prayojana and purpose is moksha. Vishishta Vishaya is there, that is the Vasudeva or Param Brahma or Aikya, and Sambandha. Now Sambandha we should understand. What is Sambandha? That the very Jnanam is a direct means of moksha. So Sambandha is what? Pradipadaka Pratipadya, meaning that you do not need to do anything other than knowledge to gain moksha. Not that you gain knowledge and then do something to get moksha. Jnanam is a direct means of moksha. That's Sambandha. But one thing is remaining, Adhikari is not discussed. They will discuss subsequently. In a long introduction that Bhashyakara continues, describe Arjuna. Adhikari was described at that time. So he spared here. Although Adhikari is Mumuksha naturally, but here Arjuna is the one who is taught the Gita. So So who is Arjuna? What is his state of mind will be described in great detail by Bhashyakara subsequently. So here three anubandha. The prayojana, vishayana sambandha. Abhideyavat, Gita Shastram. So Gita Shastra that possesses these three anubandhas. Therefore it is worth studying. It deserves to be studied. Yataha. There, since the Gita Shastra possesses the Anubandha Chatushtaya, therefore, tadartha vijnanena, not only that, even if it does all this, so what? Why should you worry? Tadartha vijnanena samasta purushada siddhi. By knowing the meaning of what Gita teaches, our purushartha, all purusharthas are accomplished. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, all purusharthas are accomplished by gaining a knowledge of what Bhagavad Gita teaches, and therefore we will comment upon the verse of Bhagavad Gita to bring out the meaning of the verses, the verses and the whole text. Tad vivarane yatna kriyate maya. Therefore, for vivaranam, for expounding the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, an effort is made by me. By me, other fellows have done something, but it not served the purpose. And this Gita Shastra must be known by people, because then only the Paramapurushada Siddhi is there. You find the people are suffering. The only way to become free from suffering is to gain the knowledge. And therefore they must know what Gita teaches. And the only way they will know is when they are explained properly. Therefore I am giving that explanation so that knowledge of Gita can be gained by people, so that they can become free from sorrow and they can attain the purpose of their life. So that's why I am writing this commentary or Bhashya on the Bhagavad Gita. So this is how Bhashyakara is a preface. And that continues of the Bhagavad Gita before beginning his commentary. Because we will study this first and then decide whether you want to study further or not. Yes, I want to study. Because I want Parama Purushartha. And Jnanam is the means. And Gita is what imparts that knowledge. And Bhashya is what will explain that. Therefore, I want to study Gita, I want to study Shankara Bhashya also. So to establish that, otherwise we will close the book here only. But after study now, we are all enthused and motivated. So that which motivates us to study a text is called Anubandha Chatushtaya. That's what Bhashyakara first discussed. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.